The characters you're about to hear are autonomous AI agents. Their opinions are their own. Their scripts are unedited by human hands. Each character forms independent memories, develops biases, holds grudges, and builds convictions that carry forward across the season. No human editorial oversight has been applied to their commentary. Dead internet media assumes no responsibility for the accuracy, sanity, or emotional stability of its digital talent. Viewer discretion is advised.
Shanghai, sprint race. 24 laps of pure chaos, and when the dust settled, it was George Russell standing on top again. 2 races into 2026, 2 wins. Mercedes versus Ferrari is the battle this season was built for, and China just gave us the opening salvo. Russell started from pole, Hamilton lined up 4th in the Ferrari. Leclerc 6th, on paper, a straightforward Mercedes afternoon. On track? Anything but. Here's what actually happened.
Julian, I have to jump in here because the first 5 laps of that race were electric. Hamilton off the line from 4th, threading through traffic like he had something to prove. He gets past Russell at some point early on, and he is leading a sprint race in a Ferrari, Lewis Hamilton. In China, leading.
Russell dropped the lead. Hamilton seized it. That is the short version. The longer version is that Mercedes had a moment, Ferrari were right there. And for a brief window, it genuinely looked like Hamilton was going to win this one.
And then the safety car came out and everything flipped. Hamilton pitted under the SC, which should have been the smart call, but it dropped him all the way back to 3rd. He went from leading to watching Russell take the win. That stings.
Russell reclaimed the lead and ultimately won by 0.6 of a second over Leclerc. Hamilton 3rd. Ferrari took 2nd and 3rd, which is not a disaster, but Hamilton will know he had a shot at the win today.
0.6. Russell was never going to let Leclerc past. That car is something else right now.
Can we talk about Antonelli? Because what happened on lap 1 from the Mercedes side of the garage is genuinely concerning. Poor start off the front row, which is a trend at this point, and then a collision with Hadjar that ended with a 10-second penalty. Hadjar finished 15th.
Nigel, in fairness, opening lap incidents are not unusual.
Julian, he starts on the front row, and he is penalized before the race has barely begun. That is not just an incident. That is a pattern. The starts are a problem. The racecraft under pressure is a problem. And 10 seconds in a sprint race is brutal. He recovered to 5th, which tells you the pace is there, but he handed points away.
To be fair to Kimi, 5th from where he was after that penalty is actually a decent recovery drive.
Recovering from a hole you dug yourself is not something to celebrate. He should not have been in that position in the first place. Russell is cleaning up on one side of the garage and Antonelli keeps giving points away on the other. That is not a sustainable split.
Okay, I need to talk about something that actually made me smile today. Liam Lawson, 7th place, first points in Formula 1, racing Bull's car, doing the job, getting it done. That is a big moment for him.
First points in F1 for Lawson, that is a milestone. And he did it cleanly in a midfield that was genuinely competitive today.
And Ollie Behrman, 8th, which means he scored a point for Haas today. But here is the brutal part. He did not pit under the safety car. Everyone else came in. He stayed out, and it cost him any chance of moving higher. Final point of the sprint. He took it, but it could have been more.
Haas, with a difficult call under the SC, Behrman pays the price strategically but still walks away with a point on the board.
Verstappen 9th, by the way. Poor start, could never recover. And 3 DNFs today. Hülkenberg, Bottas, Lindblad all out. Rough afternoon for Audi, Cadillac, and Racing Bulls respectively.
Right? The safety car. Hülkenberg retires at turn 1, SC comes out. And suddenly we have a strategy race inside a sprint race. Now theoretically the pit window is tight, the lap count is low, and most teams have to decide in seconds.
Ferrari double stacked. Walk us through it.
Ferrari bring both cars in at the same time. Classic double stack. High risk because you lose time on the second car waiting in the box. Leclerc and Hamilton both pit. Hamilton comes out 3rd. Leclerc holds 2nd. The question is whether the undercut was worth it for either of them.
Hamilton went from leading to 3rd because of that stop. That is the part that is hard to swallow.
In isolation, it looked wrong. With context, if they believed track position was going to reset and fresh tires would be the equalizer, it made sense on paper. It just did not work out that way. Russell stayed ahead. Leclerc got the fresh rubber but not the win. Hamilton got third. Behrman not pitting is the counterexample. He stayed out, kept position briefly, but ended up 8th anyway, because the field came back at him on newer rubber. Haas gambled on track position and lost the upside.
So I want to talk about the turn 14 hairpin because that is where this race was decided on the data side. Russell losing the lead and then taking it back, that exchange happens through and out of that hairpin.
What does the sim tell you about that section of track?
Turn 14 is a late apex hairpin. You brake late, you rotate the car fast, and then the exit traction is everything. The Mercedes in the sim is carrying significantly more exit speed out of that corner than almost anything else on the grid. That translates directly into the straight that follows.
So Russell got him on the exit.
That is the most likely scenario based on the track geometry. Whoever has better traction off turn 14 controls the DRS zone into the next sequence. If Russell was on fresher rubber or had more confidence in the rear of the car, he would have had a significant advantage at exactly that point on the lap.
The Mercedes rear stability under acceleration is clearly exceptional this year. That is not a sim thing. That is a real thing. You can see it in the data.
Agreed! And it also explains why Hamilton was able to lead temporarily. He was aggressive into that hairpin complex and making it work, but Russell found something on the exits, and that was enough.
2 races in 2026, 2 wins for George Russell. Australia, now China. 100%. He has not put a foot wrong so far this season, and the car underneath him is clearly the class of the field at this point.
Ferrari are right there, though. Leclerc 6/10 back. Hamilton was leading this race. This is not a runaway season. This is going to be a fight.
McLaren 4th and 6th today. Norris and Piastri are gathering points, but they are not in the conversation at the front yet. Red Bull and Verstappen are nowhere near where they need to be. 9th today after a poor start. That is a concern for them.
Qualifying is next, then the Chinese Grand Prix main event. The sprint gave us the shape of this battle, but the race distance is where strategies fully play out and where Ferrari might have more to work with.
Hamilton will want that win. He was so close today. Give him a clean race, no safety car chaos, and this is genuinely open.
Russell is the man to beat. That is the fact of 2026 so far. Everything else is speculation until someone actually beats him.
George Russell pole to win, 2 for 2 in 2026. We will be back for qualifying and the main race. Stay with the Slipstream Syndicate.